So you've been absolutely crushing it, right? You've put in the work, the sweat, all that discipline. You've seen the scale budge, your clothes are fitting way better, and that person staring back at you in the mirror, they're starting to look a whole lot like the awesome version of yourself you've been chasing. But then, bam, it happens. The progress just screeches to a halt. Those last 10 pounds, they're not just sticking around, they feel like they're super glued to you. It's frustrating enough to make you want to throw in the towel, to think, well, maybe this is as good as it gets. You start wondering if that truly lean, strong physique you've been dreaming of is even in the cards anymore. That feeling? Oh, it's real, and trust me, you're definitely not alone in feeling it. So many people find this final hurdle the toughest, but what if I told you the reason those last 10 pounds are being so stubborn isn't because you're slacking off, but because your body, in its own amazing way, has adapted to what you've been doing? And what if the real key to finally getting that lean, strong body isn't about just doing more of the same old stuff, but about doing things differently? Forget those endless, mind-numbing routines for just a second. We're about to dig into the specific workout tweaks that are going to break you out of this rut. So why does it feel like you've slammed into a brick wall? Well, a big reason is something called metabolic adaptation. As you lose weight, your metabolism naturally slows down a bit. Your body gets more efficient, meaning it starts burning fewer calories for the same amount of effort that used to torch them. Think of it like your car suddenly getting way better gas mileage. Awesome for your wallet, right? But not so great when you're actually trying to empty the tank. That slowdown, it can make losing more weight super tough. And another thing, when you're this close to your goal, you're not just losing fat. If you're not careful, you might also be losing a bit of precious lean muscle. And muscle is like your body's calorie-burning engine. Less muscle means a slower, resting metabolic rate. Your body, trying to save energy because it senses you're in a calorie deficit for a while, kind of goes into conservation mode. It's a natural survival thing, but man, is it frustrating when you're aiming for that super defined look. It's not just in your head, your body is literally fighting to stay where it is. All right, let's talk strategy. If your body's adapted, we've got to outsmart it. So, the first big move? Cranking up your workout intensity and maybe even how often you train. If your current routine feels a bit too comfortable, a bit like you're on autopilot, it's definitely time to shake things up. This isn't about spending tons more hours in the gym, but about making the time you do spend way more effective. You should aim to spread at least 150 minutes of moderate aerobic activity or 75 minutes of vigorous activity throughout the week. Some folks even suggest hitting at least 300 minutes a week for even bigger health perks and to really help with weight loss. This is where high-intensity interval training becomes your absolute best friend. It is all about short, sharp bursts of all-out effort, followed by quick recovery periods. This stuff is gold for breaking through plateaus because it torches more calories in less time and can keep your metabolism revved up for hours after you're done. Consider your regular cardio routine. If you typically walk or jog for 45 minutes, try incorporating a 60 to 90 second burst of faster running every 5 minutes. If you're on a machine, crank that incline or resistance way up during those intense bits. This will help you burn more calories without adding extra time to your workout. Next up, and this one's a biggie, you've got to prioritize strength training and really lean into something called progressive overload. Building, or at least holding on to, lean muscle is so important when you're trying to shed those last few pounds and get that strong, sculpted look. Muscle is active tissue. It burns more calories at rest than fat does. Plain and simple, more muscle equals a higher resting metabolic rate, and that's exactly what we're after. Focus on compound movements, those exercises that hit multiple muscle groups at once, like squats, deadlifts, bench presses, and rows. These really give you the most bang for your buck. And then, you need to apply progressive overload. That just means gradually making things more challenging for your muscles over time, lifting heavier, doing more reps or sets, or cutting down your rest times. Try to get in 8 to 10 exercises that target your major muscle groups, aiming for 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps, taking them close to fatigue. And hey, don't let your body get too used to your routine. Mix things up, vary your workouts. If you've been doing the same exercises for months on end, it's time to introduce some new moves, change up the order of your exercises, or even try a different training split. Think about cross-training too. If you're always running, maybe try swimming or cycling. If you only lift weights, how about adding some yoga or Pilates? This variety doesn't just stop you from getting bored, it challenges your muscles in fresh ways, pushing them to adapt and grow. Seriously, don't underestimate the power of what's called non-exercise activity thermogenesis, or NEAT. This is all the movement you do throughout your day that isn't your planned workout, like taking the stairs instead of the elevator, pacing when you're on the phone, fidgeting, yes, even fidgeting counts, or cleaning the house. Upping your NEAT can seriously boost how many calories you burn each day. Think about adding short walks on your lunch break, making sure to stand up and move around every hour if you're stuck at a desk, or even just parking a little further away from the store. These little things, they really do add up. If any of this is hitting home and you're ready to say goodbye to those last 10 pounds finally, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe for more no-nonsense fitness strategies just like this, and drop a comment below telling me the one adjustment you're going to try this week. Look, breaking through that final barrier to get the lean, strong body you want is all about working smarter, not just slogging away harder. So, by cranking up the workout intensity, incorporating HIIT, focusing on progressive strength training, mixing up your routines, and simply moving more every day, you're giving your body the fresh challenge it needs to finally change. You've come this far. You absolutely 100% have what it takes to nail that goal.